Hey guys, I'm just in the car on the way to the airport actually. Flying out to Napier this evening to do a conference for work, and I just thought I'd take a moment to talk about ovulation tests and how to use them and just what they are in general. I think not everyone knows about that, so thought it'd be good to go over. So ovulation tests, they work a bit differently to pregnancy tests. So you use them to predict when you're going to ovulate and how that works. So when you get your period, once you get your period, your body starts producing more estrogen, and that causes the follicle or an egg in your ovary to start maturing. And once it's mature, there's a new hormone, a hormone called luteinizing hormone, or LH for short, and that surges in your body and causes the egg to, or the follicle to pop out of the ovary, and that's essentially what ovulation is. So that's kind of the, I guess, scientific background about that in a layman's terms. I mean, I'm definitely not a scientist or a health professional, but that's my understanding of how that works. And so the thing is that for many women, that process happens at the same time every month. They say usually around 2 weeks after the first day of your period. So on day 14 of your cycle, that's roughly the average day of ovulation. But if you've got a 28-day cycle. And the thing is that for a lot of people, myself included, my cycles are a lot different. And, when I was trying to conceive, my cycles were anywhere from 35 days at best to, 50, 55 days at worst. So actually working out exactly when that LH surge was going to happen and I was going to ovulate was pretty difficult. And that's where ovulation tests come in. So in particular, if you've got irregular cycles, these can be really helpful for narrowing down that time that you need to get on the bandwagon with your partner. They also work a little bit differently to pregnancy tests, because with a pregnancy test, even if you get a faint line, you're effectively pregnant. But with ovulation tests, there's always a little bit of the luteinizing hormone, or usually a little bit of the luteinizing hormone in your body. And what you're really looking for is the peak surge. So the peak surge is when the test line for your test is actually stronger than the control line, or at least as strong, and that's kind of what you're looking for. That's when you've had your what they call peak luteinizing hormone surge, and that's when you've likely ovulated. So the way you use ovulation tests is you use them, you try to figure out when you might be ovulating, which can be a little bit difficult. So you could start testing from sort of day like 12 after your period, day 12, so from your first from the first day of your period, and you would test, but you could, if you ovulate later, then you could try and start later. But once you've narrowed down roughly when you think you might be ovulating, you test every day until you get that surge, and that's what you're looking for. Another way that ovulation tests differ from pregnancy tests is that they often say to use pregnancy tests with first thing in the morning, with first morning urine. But with ovulation tests, it's actually better to use them a little bit later in the day. So, either sort of from mid-morning or early afternoon. A really great way to try and figure out when you're ovulating. There's other ways you can figure out your ovulation as well. I mean, a lot of people, and in fact I'd suggest you do this as well, but a lot of people check the cervical mucus. That can help narrow it down as well. And yeah, ovulation tests can really help figure out when you're heading towards the ovulation and when you've had that surge. Yeah, so in a nutshell, that's how you use ovulation tests. And yeah, I better get off to my flight. So yeah, definitely like this post, follow my channel, follow my page, and yeah, let me know what else you want to hear about.